that new. It's that new swag. It's that new swag. It's that new spaz. I say, new water, new ice, new neck piece. Police in the back, they gotta catch me. Only met me one time, she wanna sex me. New life, new bitty, yeah, she sexy. New water, new ice, new neck piece. If the police pulling up, they gotta get me. Only after could I touch her and she let me. New bitty, new bag, new VV. I'm the nigga with the bag and I ain't trapping. I apply a little pressure, ain't mad. I can fly it in the mountains like a Latin. I could never fall in love, I learned my lesson. Grandmother still alive, so it's a blessing. If my niggas down bad, I'ma catch 'em. 15 to 1500, who want pressure? 15 to 1500, who want pressure? Fatality, my nigga on the beat. Get rich and throw my niggas on the beat. Street cred and I'm good on IG. Touchdown, all these niggas hate me. Niggas mad cause that girlfriend's like me. All day and I'm Hugo Boss sing. Well known, you can Google my name. Same click, 100 bands I won't change. New water, new ice, new neck piece. Police in the back, they gotta catch me.
Yes. We back in the building with another podcast, and this is RAWDOPE Podcast, and I'm your host, Ham 5000, and we reporting live to them. We reporting live today from them people, CIAA weekend. It got nothing to do with my city. You heard me. Nothing to do with it. I said it. I don't
No
give a
fuck shit, no fake
that's
shit.
It, and that's all, man. Like,
You
I don't know
goddamn
what to
right.
say, though, but
Yes.
it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in my city. You know, shout out to everybody that came out here and got a little bit of this Baltimore love and got a little bit of this Baltimore hip hop and just learned a little bit about Baltimore. Hopefully they doubling it up and gonna come back and, you know, share some of this shit. But when you think of entrepreneurs and you think of the grind and you think of coming from different disadvantaged neighborhoods in the community, you know what I'm saying? I always want to pull up and get some of them guys involved, man. And this guy right here is a podcast brother. You know what I'm saying? It's a guy working in the community, giving opportunities to the rest of the hustlers, the former hustlers, the ex-convicts, the robbers, the motherfuckers that you don't want to see around you. They give an opportunity. So he came through while he was in town, CIAA weekend. He said, man, I'm going to come in and I'm going to chop it up with you, man, and we going to kick it. Man, as an entrepreneur, one of my favorite entrepreneurs, man. It's just crazy how I know the circle of the guys, man. They going to talk a little bit about this fucking trucking shit, a little bit about life, a little bit about business. Nigga educated motherfucker, man. He also is a brother of my good friend and an OG, man. And we gonna get into that, man. But I got the boy E. Watts in the motherfucking building. What's happening?
You already know what's up, man.
Hey, listen, man, we got some cardinal rules on this podcast. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. And what we like to do is, before we get into the entrepreneur, before we get into things that you got in the podcast, just tell us a little bit about who you are and where you from. That's what I like to start out with.
Yeah,
Just
you already
introduce
know
the
what
audience.
it is, man. You already know this your boy E. Watts, man. I'm straight from Baltimore City. East Baltimore, to be exact. Greymount Avenue, to be exact. A little bit of Latrobe. I'm from 20th and Bartley, you know. You already know what's up, man. All my life, I've been, you know, shaking and baking. I had to turn my life around. I done did, you know, a few bits and, you know, incarceration, you know. So it's just time to really, like, man up and get on my shit. That's what I told myself last time I was in a cell. This is it. I ain't letting these peoples, you know, get the best of me. When I say these peoples get the best of me, I know it's systematic oppression, you know, that we go through with the recidivism and all that. But I know it started from me and it started from here. So, you know, now here I am, you know. It was a journey, you know. I've been in the streets since I was 13. Really jumped out the porch a little bit different than probably others, you know. We jumped out the porch, man. When I say we, I just always think about me and my homeboys. We catching hacks, robbing. We catching hacks, we jumping out, we robbing shit, tell a hat park all around the corner, he don't even know, you know, stuff like that. But I was a squeegee kid before that, you know what I'm saying? So I be saying, like, in town, it's a lot of, you know, squeegee kids. Matter of fact, it got flooded. It wasn't like that. In my era, it was only about 3 squeegee spots. That's what we call it down, the squeegee spot. You had North Avenue, where I'm from. You know, you We had the squeegee spot in between like St. Paul and Calvert. Odell Nights, all that. That's when we squeegee in and all that. You had some of like Flag House dudes used to squeegee down by like President Street, stuff like that. And Murphy Homes and Lexington Terrace, they used to be on like by Martin Luther King. Other than that, it really wasn't no squeegee kids all around the town. So I started out, as a squeegee kid, then, jumped out the porch just telling you doing what I was doing with that. Then, the trying to hustle and watching the corner and watch the stash house, to burning fiends, selling stand back of soap to get my own 8-ball. I've been on all different channels and walks of, the streets or whatever, but I'm here to, turn a negative into a positive. That's my whole goal, because a lot of people that I grew up with, they no longer around. They got, they in either yard, either the big yard in the joint or the asshole for the time, or they in the graveyard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they in either yard, a lot of people. So I feel like I'm one of the, less fortunate. I feel like I'm one of the ones that was fortunate. I wasn't one of the ones that was less fortunate, even though it wasn't an easy journey to get where I'm at, even mentally. I've been through a lot. I've been in and out of group homes, been in the foster home. I've been, little stuff like that also, so I feel like me educating some of the youth, I feel like they can relate to me a lot. They can relate, I come from where they come from. I'm kind of going where they going. What I mean by, I got businesses, I trucking, real estate. My house, I paid over $500,000 for my house. They told me it's worth 7 something now, so, little stuff like that. So I feel like they will.
You got that right. Yes.
Yeah, they ain't just tell them, shorty, get out the corner or do this and do that if you ain't got no alternatives for them. You like, so they ain't really trying to hear that shit, man. They like, oh, hey, get out of here with that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna put some money in my pocket? Is you gonna help pay my bills? All right, then. So you gotta come with an alternative, to get these young dudes. I understand. I've been there. That's just what it is.
So what schools you went to coming up?
I've been around. See, all right. So White Lock, really. My father from White Lock, so that was like my first home. I lived on Linden Avenue, and then my mother moved with my grandmother when I was 2. We moved on 20th Street, the 400 block. Then we moved around on Calvin and 20th. So I went to Dallas F. Nicholas, 39. Then we moved. That's right there on like Guilford, like across from parole and probation. Then we moved back over there on my far way. We moved on Linden Avenue. Then I started going to Duke Ellington, which was over top of Baines. It was down Murder Mall. Like they changed that to like Harbor City or something. Then I went back to 39. A real unstable what's name. So I went to 39. Then I went to Robert Poole. That's our zone school around there. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to Hearn Run. Went to Hearn Run for 7th grade. Then I went to Booker T. See, that's why I'm saying.
Booker T. Washington.
Yeah, Booker T. That's why I know the difference.
That was a tough motherfucking school.
Man.
That was a middle school, right?
Yeah, it was a middle school.
I
but
played lacrosse. That's how I know. I was had to go visit them schools and play games and shit.
Yeah, it was a middle school, but it was like a high school because you had a lot of old ass Murphy Home dudes, a lot of old ass Dome dudes. Like Dome boys used to be on this corner on like Lafayette and McCullough, and then Murphy Home dudes used to be on Lafayette and McCullough, but they didn't go to school there. Some of them, they just went to probably Doug or probably just even go to school. They was just waiting for the let out. So Murphy Homes was wild. I mean, Booker T was wild, but I think Hearn Run was a little bit wilder, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like and a lot probably changed, like Baltimore is Baltimore, but I've been around to really even know like kind of like the differences between East and West. You know what I'm saying? I've been around. Like I said, I lived in White Lock, Greenmount Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like I lived in both hoods that start both sides. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of similar. So when I'm talking about far as on North Avenue, Greenmount like the first neighborhood you're gonna hit coming eastbound. And White Lock is gonna be like the first hood coming westbound. So I feel like I know the difference between like East and West, or how dudes was carrying it. But high school I went to Northern. Shout out to everybody went to Northern. Went in them schools with me. School I ain't like school in middle school like that. I used to hook school a lot. I used to ride it back when they first, like the light rail, first built the light rail. I used to ride that motherfucker every day, all day, man. My homeboys used to hook school, ride all the way up Caldors, all the way up to Monium.
You took it back to
Might
Caldors.
steal some
Yeah,
shit.
steal from
Go all the way
Caldors. That
down
was it.
Glen Burnie down that way. Might
Yeah.
bank some motherfuckers or something, you know. Stop Lexington Market, steal some food, lunchtime, whatever. Like, we did that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Bank motherfuckers. This is all, not really bank motherfuckers, because I really wasn't too much into banking, but we just used to do a lot of wild shit, period, hooking school. But when I went to high school, things changed. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know, when you start getting into females and stuff like that, you start liking to go to school. You know what I'm saying? And you start wanting to be fresh and little stuff like that. So they the schools I went to. You know what I mean?
That's cool. So you said something that hit me though. Like, I think for all of us, you know, coming up in the urban community,
Yeah.
that everything, the crimes that you said you committed when you was young, they the same crimes I did. You know what I'm saying? Like robbing hacks and burning things and, you know, jumping on, you know what I mean, people and just and I don't even know half of the time why I was doing the shit. I don't, just being real. I don't even know why. For real, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know, the struggle. We all went through that, but half for the dumb shit I did, I think that was just part of being a kid with just no guidance. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no guidance, and I think that's why I was doing. I ain't had no guidance. Like,
No guidance.
that's some shit. Like, one thing could have went bad in the hack. I could have been in jail for the rest of my life, not even understanding life. And you know, you've been locked up before. Not many times I heard a story of niggas been locked up since they was 15. So if you've been in jail since you was 15 and you 35 now, bro, like, you ain't never touched a woman before.
Yeah.
And the niggas be telling, we used to be sitting there and niggas be telling the stories. Man, I remember, bro, I fucked the bro, but I be like, damn, you was 15 when you got booked, bro. You ain't even really busting that joint like that. Like, you ain't
It's
even
crazy.
really get to understand that shit. Now you in here slinging a sword. So that shit, it be like the conscious setup that the oppressor got. Like, you lock a boy up and give him 40 years or 15 years old, they never engaged with a woman, they never did nothing, yo. You don't even know how to be strong in the mind at 15. That's why we used to do idiotic shit, because the brain ain't even fully functioning. You go
That's
to
what
prison.
I was about to say. Your brain ain't even fully developed.
And you go to prison around a bunch of predators, idiots, God knows what the fuck. So I seen some niggas that was in there since they was 15 and come out to be all right dudes, and I see some niggas fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Prison will fuck a nigga up, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Everybody can't make it through that phase in life if you have to go to it, and especially when you break the law, you might not come home for 30, 40 years. If you ever come home, there's a good chance you can die in the yard.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Why motherfuckers be like, yo, you need to go to jail. Like, boy, you know, nigga.
Yeah,
Boy, you know
it
that
ain't a
old ass
guarantee to
still,
come back out.
it ain't a guarantee that you
Yeah,
won't get out
fuck no.
the situation. That's what kind of like make it sad and rough. So what was the breaking point for you when you realized, I can't do this shit no more?
Well, this on my last 5-year bit. I got caught up in a conspiracy. I had nothing, you know, I ain't got a lot of, I had nothing to do with no co-defendants or nothing. It's just, you know, I jumped in the game. So of course I'm gonna eat it, period, because of the, you know, the way I was brought up. So I'm gonna eat whatever come my way when it comes down to the streets. That's just bottom line. But what I'm gonna say is, I ain't had nothing to do with my case. I just jumped in the game for 2 weeks. I had a 2-week run. So I just had came home from already doing what I do about almost 4 years. So I had 48 months, came home. I was home for a whole year. So me being home for a whole year, you know, this is when I first got my CDLs. So I was trying to do the right thing, but it wasn't all the way out my system. So shit started getting bad. You know what I'm saying? It started getting slower for me. I'm working for the city. You know what I'm saying? I started driving the trash truck or whatever. It's just, I got more ambitious. So I start trying to buy some cars and do little stuff to flip some money. So I said, all right, I'm gonna go on a little run. So I got
That's all it takes.
That's why that Gotti got a new song called Last Run, something like that. So that's real shit, you know what I'm saying? So I thought I was gonna go on a last run or whatever, make a long story short. So I had a 2-week run, and I was just telling one of my, which wound up being my co-defendants, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I was telling him, I told him in person that I'm right, you know, this and this. I got a little something if he want, you know, sample or whatever. Make a long story short, how I got on their indictment was, they kept hearing, yo, I heard Watts got a missile. Yo, holla at Watts. This is what they keep hearing on a wiretap. My phones was never tapped, but they just keep hearing like, yo, holla at Watts. Yo, he probably do better for you than he, you know what I'm saying? Little shit like that. So one day I got pulled over with a spoof car. Like, so they pulled me over and they said my car fit the description of some robberies. I'm like, robberies? I'm like,
the lies to get
yeah,
in.
you know what I'm saying? Just trying to identify me.
Right.
So they pulled me over, and just so happened at that time I did have some sandwich bags inside my console with a scale. You know what I'm saying? It's still, all that shit is idiot shit, as you grow older and you think about it. So they pulled me over. I had that. I seen the police taking a picture of it on the curb or whatever. And I really felt uncomfortable already with the situation because he was a police officer. I mean, he looked like a knocker. He was in a regular police car. He was by himself, but he had a fat ass walkie-talkie. You know how they usually had walkie-talkies like on their shirt. You know what I'm saying?
On the boys' party, big boy.
Yeah, he had a big walkie-talkie getting out, coming to me, asking me my driver's license. So I'm like, there's something that I'm saying right. So then another car pulled up. I thought they was the knockers, whole time they DEA though. So they pulled up, you know what I'm saying, got me out the car, set me on the curb, all that, ransacked the car, all that stuff, and then let me go. So, however, it's just the gist of the story that, me trying to think I'm going on a 2-week run, I wound up getting 5 more years after just coming home. I was home for about a year. I was home the whole 2011. So I got 5 more years. So I just had a baby, you know what I'm saying, my son, or whatever. So they used to come and see me, first to come on the max, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even know exactly what I'm charged with. Really, I'm thinking I'm getting charged with my homeboys that, you know what I'm saying, or my folks that I'm really, getting the work from. But when I seen who else, I was happy, like, oh, this shit must be some bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this can't be that serious.
Right.
Because first I'm like, damn, I'm all caught up. I got caught up. Get what I'm saying? So I really was cool with that, but I used to kick myself up the ass because to be honest, I really never really liked selling drugs. It just be the rush. I felt in love with the lifestyle, more than me just straight hustling drugs, because I seen what drugs done to the community. My mother got high, my father got high. You know what I'm saying? So I seen what drugs do to the household. I remember about 87, 88. I had a Nintendo for Christmas. Well, I seen it before Christmas. Then Christmas came under the tree. I ain't had no Nintendo. So I know what drugs really did to the community and to the, households. So I never really wanted to consider myself like a drug dealer. I was a hustler. I know how to hustle drugs. I look at that kind of different, even though all of it in retrospective is really like phony for real, to be straight up. But I don't want to switch, way off the subject, but it was my kids, coming to see me. I hated really selling the drugs to the community. So I was kicking myself up the ass. These was all like the breaking points. Like, man, you're too smart to keep going through this. Like, you ain't just the average nigga that hustle or sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? You sell cars. I sell it. Basically, I can sell anything. Like, anything is a hustle.
I think that's a tale from the hustler. I think the hustler overall, and nothing come out of this shit when you sign up for but death in prison.
Facts.
But if you can't get past the death, if you get past the prisons and the shit that you might go through, it's like you learn a lot from the streets that you can use in the real world and capitalize off of. Because, like I said, imagine, because we all got the same story, from pumping gas to working out at the thing, to squeegeeing, whatever you did. We build that shit up without somebody teaching us, or we learn from the next bigger. We used to call them, we younger big boys. The big boys we follow, we learn from them. The whole time niggas was entrepreneurs, just never been shown like, yo, y'all niggas could sell Avon, y'all niggas could be selling T-shirts, like even the graphic shit, like yo, it took me so long to learn that shit, and them people was getting rich out this shit off of us for all these years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like damn. And then when a hustler get in a position to work something, it comes out great because a nigga got that mentality. You know how to treat people. You know what you don't want around you. You know when, where, and what. So I'm big on that.
So basically us as black people, we got a limitation that we put on ourselves. It's almost like somebody look at you like if you started rapping right now, Ham, they'd be like, why you wait till he's 40 to start rapping? Like that's like, it's almost like, and that could be a way to provide food, to put food on the table for your family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like it's a limitation. Like, no, he too old to be rapping, or he too old to be doing that.
That's like saying you too old to get some money.
Yeah.
You too old to make it. Like
Yeah.
that sound dumb as shit to me.
Yeah, so we be putting a lot of limitations on us. You know, we twisted for real. We twisted as a culture, as a community. You know, we need some help, man. And I'm here. That's the whole purpose of my podcast. I'm here to entertain.
Tell them the name of your podcast,
The
man.
Watts Report. You already know the Watts Report. This your boy E. Watts. You know,
Yeah, where they can find that joint at, man. How my man get to 1,000, man. We bigging each other up. Get my man to 1,000. If any way you can piggyback off of these almost 1,700, get them.
yeah, you
know what I'm
already
saying?
know. So you can follow me. You know, IG _ Watts. That's _ EWATTS. I got the YouTube channel. Excuse me. So I got the YouTube channel, the Watts Report. That's I got on all major podcast platforms. Excuse me. And they ain't even smoking no good grass in here. But on all major podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, I'm everywhere.
Yes,
The Watts Report.
How you doing on the audio side of it?
Yeah, on the audio side, see, to be honest, me being coming in it, and it's just me. Like I don't got, and I'm about to formulate a nice team, because I realize in life you can't get that far without a team. Teamwork is everything. So
That's a fact.
yeah. So I feel as though just because it's just me right now, I'm kind of stagnant, or I kind of like it's a lot. It's a lot on me. I gotta edit it. I got to do all the content. I got to find my guests. I got to. So I think it's just me, and I think that's messing me up. But for the most part, my audio don't. A lot of my video stuff that's on YouTube, I don't even got it on audio. My audio stuff, you know, it's strictly like I got stuff on there like how to make money in real estate. You know, with my guy Justin Good. Excuse me. I don't know what the. Wow, I'm even choking. I don't know what that because of probably what I just ate.
Hey, give some water, son.
But yeah.
Somebody get him some water. Give him a little, but
yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. So yeah, the podcast, I'm here to like entertain as well as, educate as well as entertain, because I know how it is. Like attention span's short, so you gotta be able to entertain. You know, you got to have different artists or whatever you want to do. You know, that may entertain your audience, but you gotta be able to keep the audience entertained. And what you talking about? Other than that, you're gonna be dry. But the main basis of my stuff is to educate and to empower, the young youth on trying to live better, because a lot of us, man, we fucked up. And I think the older I get, I'm realizing how fucked up we is as a community. So I think this part of my calling of giving back. A lot of us, we got bitch ass ways and don't even know. Like we grew up in a single mother household, or grandmother raised, us. So appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
So a lot of us, we got fucked up bitch ass ways.
Yeah.
And don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm writing a book called Man Time.
I like that. Hold up. I gotta spend a bit.
No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness.
Right.
Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Raw Dope Podcast.
Hey, listen, because I used to always tell dudes, and they think it's funny. I be like, yo, I'm on Man Time, yo.
Yeah.
Like, because that nigga I'm on Man Time, yo. And what that mean is, bro, I ain't got no time to be playing with no white folks, with no police folks, or with no cruddy folks, no line folks, no half a man shit. I'm on Man Time. If you ain't on Man Time, go ahead. Because what happens, I be trying to explain to people, is that's what we saying in Baltimore a lot. I'm not saying all of it. 300 some murders, man. Some niggas be on Man Time.
Yeah.
Stop playing with a man, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's a line that you don't cross. It's things that you don't say. It's things that you don't do. And if you want to do that, you got to pick your poison to who you do it with and around, man.
See, I ain't gonna lie though, Ham. I'm gonna say more so like I think a lot of the murders, don't get me wrong, some people be on Man Time, but I think it's more of the murders because people ain't on Man Time. Nobody don't know how to.
That's what I meant to say. You know what I mean? You know what happened is you bumping into a man that's on Man Time, and you ain't on Man Time, and you end up on March Funeral Home Time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When a nigga pull out that joint, he's definitely on Man Time, and you done, like I said, E-Watts don't bother nobody. You ain't trying to. what they do is, it's funny to a nigga when you say, yo, I ain't really trying to go back to prison. Because
Yeah.
half of the tough guys never been to prison. Hey, Doug, if you came from the streets and grew up like me and you and a
Yeah.
lot of people that's watching grew up,
Uh-huh.
prison it's another part of town. I'm going to be real. You might call me crazy. It's another part of town to me, bro, because at the end of the day, I've been where it was hard. I grew up in a house with all my uncles. They had the basement as a shooting gallery. You get them saying? I grew up around nothing but tough love. So now when you get in here, it's like, all right, I'm going to have to get in my little shit to show that I'm a man, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I used to tell my mother, the worst thing, my mother, you know, I know you've been through this too, when your mother don't come get you, them people call someone, but like, all you doing is making niggas adapt to here. Once you stand up and niggas know you throw
sound
your
like
hands.
you talking in
sit.
Northern District times.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I done been through all that.
Northern districts like
I
they
done
ain't
been
come.
through all that.
I used to
Yeah.
be so slick.
Yeah.
I used to be like, I used to get in trouble so much. I used to be like, shit, if I get booked this week, I'm gonna call my mother. I know she'll come get me once, and I don't
Yeah.
feel like calling my grandmother because
Yeah.
she might come. She might get somebody to come get me because back then, grandma and uncle them ain't drive, so they might come get me when that boy's village bus out there,
Yeah.
and it's too
Uh-huh.
late. You gotta go to court the next day.
Yep.
So I was like, man, I don't know, man, like. Niggas be
Yep.
tripping, bro. I said that
That's
when I came home around 2011, 12, like, bro, it's gonna be a lot of dead niggas between the years. I told niggas, I said, there's a lot of niggas that got washed up in the 90s and the early 2000s is coming home between the years of 2015, 2020. And look how town been.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas coming home,
lot of
Jack.
dudes
a
coming
lot
home.
of niggas that was washed. Y'all thought they was washed with that 30
Yeah,
ball and that
yeah.
20 ball. They home.
Shout out to all the good men that got another chance in society, man.
Yeah, man. So
You know.
I hurt because I be like, I say out of all the niggas, 50% of the murders don't make no sense, and 50% of them, bro, you did something, bro. Cause some of this shit getting personal with broad daylight, huh?
Yeah.
Right there in front of your peoples. I remember when we was younger, bro. For a nigga to get smoked, bro, it was some serious shit.
Yeah. Well, what? Like I said, it was different. People had a little more respect for the community, period, too.
We used to say,
So-
I'm gonna go fuck them up. That's how
Yeah.
we thought like that. Like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hook up my mans and then we going to go fuck yo up and fuck them niggas up.
Yeah.
They don't think like that. Niggas like, we ready to go spin and lay grandma, auntie, little kids down and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I be like, hey, yo, when you do that and the nigga point you out on the stand, North Branch Correctional Facility is the last place you want to be. And if you never been to Western Maryland or Cumberland, the road turns into goddamn a dirt road.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of niggas' final resting place, bro.
Maryland Highway.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
McMillan Highway, you know it.
Uh-huh.
It's tough, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. My thing is for the dudes is, bro, like, we had to learn.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I didn't have niggas sitting me down, pulling me up, yo, hop in, let me tell you what's up. What's going on, shorty? Nah, I ain't had that. Y'all had niggas trying to put that shit in my hand.
Yeah.
Niggas put niggas up to do shit they don't do themselves.
Yeah.
Which in return, I was charged as an adult at 17 years old, bro. And I got locked up so many motherfucking times, bro. I don't even, it was normal to me, bro.
Yeah.
They knew me by first name down the bookings. Because I used to get booked for loitering.
Yeah.
I tell niggas like, yo, and then the last 5 years since Freddie Gray situation, why y'all out here going hard like that when they not policing? Every dollar I made over rent money, it came with a charge.
Yeah.
See, I come out when you had the hustle and all the knockers was there. You too.
Yeah.
Hey, don't watch the police. Hey, yo, the police come. Yo,
Yeah.
niggas is nowadays they riding by like they don't see shit going on.
Yeah.
And you niggas
It's a
is
difference.
shooting.
Yep, it's a different.
Like, what?
They letting it be, you know, like
They
on the wire where they like, I'm gonna get them the area so they can go in and hustle. You know what I'm saying? They letting you
letting
get
it, and
some
I'm
money.
Like, yo, when we hustle,
but-
jail was a guarantee.
Yeah, jail was guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Like, I hustle in Rice Town, Virginia. Like, I used to go, especially Rice's town of Virginia. All my niggas got booked.
Yeah,
If you ain't get booked, niggas was looking at you like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with you. Because
Yeah.
every day these people come, it's crazy because Park Heights is a community. Every
Yeah.
day these niggas suit
Yeah.
up. For I be like, yo, they just pick a nigga. Every day niggas
Yeah.
was getting arrested. Yo, they got you out the building or they got you from right there. Every day.
right.
Now, man, I say, man, come on, yo. I say, that I'm scared. Like, yo, what the knockers at? I
Yeah.
need some cobras going on before I start hitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
So,
yeah. You know, you in around my way, you definitely we had some of the best knockers in the world. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers they in Vakes, they just, you know, we was dealing with Mike Fry and them. We was dealing with a couple different, you know,
we was
Barnaby
dealing
and
with
them.
the
We was
Next
dealing-
Tell boys.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
went from east to west.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We
I think
dealt-
everybody was dealing with them.
Yeah, they was
Yeah.
open.
But I'm talking about the motherfucking Eastern District knockers. Eastern District knockers was serious. Straight up. I know it's the whole town. I ain't just on the
I don't
east,
know. I
but
we had
Eastern
some serious
District knockers. The Eastern District knockers was serious. Straight like that. Like you gotta realize in my East Baltimore was kind of like murder capital.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I agree.
we had to have like they I guess they had to have a persona of being a certain way and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it been police corruption. This my podcast. I'm here to show all that shit. Police corruption. You know, I had a homeboy, that, Fat Herb, that got killed by the police right on 20th and Bartley. Way, you know what I'm saying, back in like 99, 2000. You know, so they been doing shit. He had cuffs on his hand, on it. You know what I'm saying? We had Cochran to come around the neighborhood. But so they been doing fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just now they exposing all the Herschels and all that. But they been doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? King
sweet.
and them.
I thought it was regular. Smack the shit out you, put some pills on you. Who wanna fucking you be down the book like, man, I ain't even had that shit. That's what I'm telling. Like, yo, niggas is taking, bro. If we all go back and I never got arrested the right way.
Yeah.
I never got, what the fuck is a conspiracy, man? That man doing that motherfucking shit his motherfucking self.
Yo, the police kidnapped me before. They threw me in the van, you know what I'm saying, and then took me up by a lake. It was dark as shit, and kicked me out the van. I was probably like 15, maybe 16, 15, something like that. Yup, they grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? So
I seen the police in like 88 beat my father and took him out on the porch and dragged him butt naked. They beat that nigga about his line.
Yeah.
They beat him out his drawers. I'm saying my grandmother moved her, went to war with him and all that shit. But I'm like, bro, like that, and they wasn't on the news for what they did.
Yeah, the first time I really seen the police really beating a man with the nightstick. Remember the nightstick?
Yeah.
It was around my grandfather and them used to live down Sandtown, like Calhoun and Mosier. I think that's got to be like the livest little area in that in my era that I'm thinking it was. Nah, I'm gonna take that back. White Lock City definitely was like it was a cluttered, crowded. I'm talking about the old White Lock City when it was his own city with stores
not like
and rich
Park
stores.
Heights, man. I never found a town
that
like
was a
Rice
city
in
in
town.
a city though.
Ricestown Road.
No,
it's a big ass spread. That's a city within a city. We got
Yeah.
Mondawmin. We don't have to go nowhere. We at the Plaza and Mondawmin. We
Yeah,
got to explore nothing else.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I ain't trying to get on no neighborhood.
No,
I'm just saying live because Greenmount Avenue was one of the livest
Greenmount
places. Period. But I'm just saying, like, far as block wise, that Calhoun and Mosier, that was like, that was a thick ass area. Like black people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, people on every step. So I seen the police. I had to probably only been like 7, 6. Something like that. They really beat the shit out of them. Threw them in the old ass square wagon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Threw them up in that.
Wagons.
Yeah. So they been on abusing power. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen the post on Murder Inc. where they just released
for that guy.
The two police. They just released that told
body cam.
No, the ones that was on Herschel on them case. So they the ones they was on the gun task force.
Gun trace task
force.
Yeah.
So I seen them. I look at them like pieces of shit, like the lowest of piece of shit because they not only like abuse their power and deceive the community. You know what I'm saying? So they wasn't even loyal to their crew. Like they told even on they told on their crew they was deceive to the community, to the public. They public distrust in the public. Everything. I look at them as they did super pieces of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you rat on your crew after you already do like they don't get no worse than that to me.
They trying to get out of that motherfucking jail. It's too late.
They trying to put people in jail.
Yeah.
Then they robbing people. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, and then you can't even hold up with your crew. Like it's like you don't got no type of your morale. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I had to learn for real, and I'm being straight up. It's no right way to do wrong. You know what I'm saying? I had to come to grips like it really ain't no right way to do wrong. And down to what we was talking about earlier, as far as a dude shooting people in broad daylights in front of 1,000 people. It's best to try to cover your fault. When you do stuff or when you bring stuff out into the public, you make yourself open to be ostracized or whatever by the public. Absolutely. You get what I'm saying? So that's the whole purpose of mass. You know what I'm saying? Just everything. It's like you trying to at least cover your faults. Like you don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Because when you do stuff without no shame, then that's when you like kind of like bad off for real. Like, so a lot of times now dudes, they just do stuff without shame in front of everybody, and then they be mad talking about somebody told on them.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck you think?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you getting what you asking for. Yo, make sure nobody don't tell on me. Like, how? Like, you did that shit in front of 1,000 motherfuckers. You know you going up North Branch. You know what I'm saying?
On North Branch.
Yeah, so.
And them 1,000 people that was watching, not even 3 of them are gonna be consistent with getting at you. And I got a brother doing double life plus 90. He came home in like 12 or something. And I sat him down, I talked to him, and then I just seen his ways, and I told him, I said, bro, I ain't gonna let you get me a life bit.
Mhm.
Because I said, yo, your shit is you on that never coming home shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, bro, like, because that shit you doing is going to end, it's not going to end good. And it ended being judged in the courtroom, double life plus 90. So the other day on the phone, I get to say this, the other day on the phone, he was telling us how life is, because he been locked up almost 10 years. So he told my man is in the car, a good Muslim brother. Muslim brother be sitting there. So I got my brother on the speakerphone. So he like, yeah, yo, bro, every day, yo, you come out the cell, yo, you gotta be on one. Like, yo, I'm really out. I'm locked now 23 hours a day. But when I finish and get my 4th level, I go to a max 2 joint. It's still like a lockdown, but this and that. So I was like, he's just telling me so much. Like, yo, you gotta deal with that shit every day. Like, yeah. He like, yo, and these niggas be in their moves, life be miserable. They ain't got nobody looking out for them. So a nigga might get on one. Like, I gotta put a fan motor upside a nigga head, and that pushed me back to level 1.
Yeah.
So now to take more years to come out there, and I'm just like, bro, you traded in this shit, or just land that the little things in life. You traded in going into a refrigerator. You traded in being with a woman. Yeah. You traded all that in, yo, to go through that, bro.
But you don't really know that until you go through it. When, you know, everybody not wise. You know, not young and wise. You know, wisdom that come with age. So a lot of times you gotta experience stuff on your own, and sometimes it be you get a double life. You know what I'm saying? But I had a cell buddy that had life. You know, I done slept with a lifer that wish he could just catch the bus again. Like, yo, if I could just catch the bus again, you know, XYZ. He to be honest, he never really claimed life like that in his head. He did used to say shit like, when I come home. And he came home at the 21. Yeah. At the 21 years, he home now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that they appreciate we only appreciate stuff once it's taken from you. Yeah. So now you appreciate opening up the refrigerator,
goddamn right,
or going, you know, to McDonald's and getting your #1 or something.
And that's my thing that I be wanting for the youth, bro. Watts, I say to the youth, like, bro, I just want to say this real. And I was speaking last night, and I was talking to youth, and I was like, damn, they just don't want to hear that shit. They really want to hear about what was my best interview or what I did with this. They more interested in the part. But I'm like, yo, little homie, like, I'm gonna tell you, for me, I had to go to prison and learn how to not take what niggas saying serious. I struggle with that. What the homies thought. And I think we all, shit. Yo, if anywhere I go, you ain't carrying me, because it might be a situation I can walk from, but I can't walk, because if this get back to my neighborhood, Liberty Heights or Ricestown Road, I'm gonna be fucked over. I fear what niggas is gonna say. It took me to catch 14 years in prison to wake up one morning after like 4 years in. I'll never forget. I wake up, I say, man, I don't give a fuck what a nigga say. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what a nigga think. I'm on me time. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I realized, man, none of this shit don't mean nothing. Ain't no fucking homies in here to watch my motherfucking back. Yeah. Ain't no motherfucking body going to my grandmother's funeral. Yo, niggas ain't saying niggas wouldn't. I ain't saying niggas owe me nothing, but bro, I gotta think about me. And I came home with that mentality, and I told niggas, they were like, bro, shorty. Yeah. Dude, you watch the motherfucking news. They building a task force for violent repeat offenders, which put the dudes like me and you who changed our lives in a bad situation. Just say I get to arguing with my girl. She called the police. And I got a criminal background. That puts me in this new category that these people making. No bells. Then you got niggas that go to jail and get probation to get on the news and say he belongs in jail. Yeah. What the fuck is going on? I seen that. Man, I want to act, man, what the fuck is wrong with that man, yo? Fucking. I guess when keeping it real goes wrong. Nah, man, I said, boy, you get a knife in you, man. Yeah. You just took plea bargains off the table. Yeah. What he did was he made, you know, they try to make Marilyn Mosley look bad. That's what I think that's all about. And they paid him to do that and told him he would be all right. Bad. So, you know, because, you know, in my book, she helps out the black community. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Like, so
rather, that's what I was saying before, you know, on one of my posts, that she just was a sister that grew up, that wanted to be a lawyer and did this shit. Just so happened she got employed by the state of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? So she just got a job to uphold. But for the most part, she is doing away with all that petty ass shit, weed, all that shit.
The shit that got Al Jack is fucked up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So she was doing away with a lot of that shit. They just ain't want her in the office. And then an idiot like him, he gonna get on there and say, basically, like, they weren't supposed to give me this sentence.
This is what he said.
I belong in jail.
This is what he said. I gotta say this. Man gets on Fox 45 News, the worstest people in the fucking world, even though I watch it every day. That white girl, forget her name, man.
Yeah.
She runs around. The man be telling Mackenzie, go ahead, Mackenzie, like, God damn. Yo, you get on a motherfucking news, yo, with a black lady, yo, that charge police, bro. Police been beating the shit out niggas, taking niggas money, making niggas crash, hitting niggas on bikes, hitting niggas on pedal bikes, beating niggas up, raiding your house without the warrant, getting a warrant signed while you down on bookings, all that shit. She say, man, ain't nobody above the law. If you break the law, whether you a criminal or you supposed to uphold the law, you get in charge.
Exactly.
Man, I'm not ready to crowd up my docket with all these petty ass charges that y'all releasing and non-processing.
It don't change nothing.
It don't change
the
nothing.
crime rate or nothing for real. It just makes stuff. It costs the government, the state government, more money.
No, man, they want the niggas to be in jail till you get a $5,000 bail and you gotta sit. And I like, yo, people be cruising. I'm like, yo, it's a black woman.
It's systematic, yo. It's systematic oppression. What they put us through. You know, because environment dictates character. And when you put us in a lot of, you know, different tight circumstances, like they did, you know, project housing and stuff like that, they gonna bring the animal out you.
And the projects look like the yard.
Yeah, the projects.
They build the prisons. They built the projects and put
my
a
nigga,
courtyard
you know,
in the middle.
My nigga, I've been to Fort Dix, look just like Perkins, my nigga.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That
They're like Gilmore Homes or Perkins.
Like, wow, the old jail, like the middle of it, used to look like higher court in New Jersey, but. Man, I don't know, bro. I like, yo, it's a state of emergency. All the black women in power being charged, whether they was right or wrong, bro. Like, back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Like, yo, when you gonna wake up? And then I respect Nick because Nick's stepping up saying, I did the shit, man. You know. Yeah. And they want to play with it like, well, if your husband did your taxes, why you wouldn't read it? Motherfucker. If my wife tell me, hey, I sign your name on here, I went through everything, you gonna sign your name and go on with your day. So now they trying to say you supposed to come on. Man, come on, like she said, man, this is political, and I believe it. And then you've been with the feds, she getting a trial by May. When they start doing that? When you was in there, they tell the average nigga, you can't get no speedy trial. You know what I mean? Wave your hicks. We all get locked up saying shit. 90 days, I got a speedy trial. They find a way to teach you, wave your hicks because if you don't do this and that, she just showed you on fucking TV. Don't wave that hicks no more, niggas. If you watching this. They got to see you in 150 days, man.
Only way I would wave my hicks trying to stall out, I got a rat bastard on my, you know what I'm saying? I probably did some shit, you know, and they got a rat bastard saying I did it. I'm just trying to kill some time. Hopefully, hopefully he gonna hang out somewhere.
Gonna hang out.
Yeah, he go to another state
on the
somewhere.
6 blocks. 6 blocks. 6
you know
blocks
what I'm saying?
On the lower level.
So, that was like the only time that dudes was more so like waving their hicks when they trying to kill some time. Like they knew time was on their side, you know, because the faster is like the more they'd be hurt. So, but other than that,
I thought the faster the better.
Hell no, it depends. Nah, you gotta think about. You know
then
how
again,
many
on
people,
them big cases.
You know how many people that came home that probably would have got some time. Let's say like Herschel and them locked them up. But then as though they ain't go to trial or something for a year. Within that year now, Herschel and them get indicted and all that. But if they would have went to trial in 3 months, they would have went out. They would have got sentenced, and they would have been trying to fight back for them. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think if you feel like you will go to it all depends on what you done for real, like how long the time is anyway. Because a lot of times motherfuckers used to sit over to jail knowing like shit, I'm gonna take 5 for a manslaughter or take 10, you know what I'm saying? So I don't mind sitting this time counting. So when they come with the little offer, I'm gonna go ahead up, you know. So it's either Wade or Hicks, you know, because the offer, like that was, you know, nowadays they smashing niggas. Like it ain't even the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't playing like far as time wise. You know what I'm saying? But before, back in the day, you really kind of like, you know, skate with a little 10 years, 8 years.
A little 10 years, a little Diane.
Yeah, easy.
Nowadays, that Diane turned to a quarter order.
Yeah.
I seen on my last bit, man. Two of my homeboys had 25 years. Both of them got 25 years, no parole out Baltimore County for 2 grams.
Yeah, you know, Baltimore County always been like that, man.
Yeah,
And they moving us out the county. Like a lot of dudes, like I always tell people, they be like, shit, there's mad money out the county. Like I never really wanted to hustle with no white people at. Don't get me wrong, we used to have white people come through. I want 30 boys and 20 girls, you know, stuff like that. We be knowing the same old car, or, you know what I'm saying? Or they might, coming through cop me for the whole Hamden, the whole community or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or his whole construction company. We know them a little bit, but I'm scared. I always been scared to hustle with white people.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? All in the counties, all up, Harford County.
Hey, people only been 3 things. Every bad thing when I was little and when you was younger, because we out there, it was a white people. If you went to court, it was a white people in court. It was a white judge. It was a white lawyer. It was a white social worker. Because I was in juvenile shit. Everybody was white. When you got to go see the psychiatrist is white. People down Kennedy Creek are white. The police white. So I used to just be thinking like, man, what the fuck, bro? Like, every time you get in a situation, you got to go see white people. You get what I'm saying? That was really bad for us. Every situation, whether it was good or bad, Christmas time, it was a white Santa Claus.
Yeah.
That used to bother me, bro. Like, niggas be like, yo, you crazy. Nah, nigga, every fucking thing I see, I'm not a racist person. I love all people. Service to a man. I love humanity. But I'm just saying, coming up in an urban community when we didn't understand who we was. We didn't know our culture. We don't know our heritage. We don't know nothing. All we know is pork chops, bacon, and fucking niggas outside of the house selling drugs and rap music. You know what I'm saying?
It's the environment. You know, down to I produce, I make music, but I kind of like, I was battling with myself when I came home. You know, I'm Muslim, and I know music really haram. Like, it really ain't something that you're supposed to really indulge in. So I was battling with myself. Also, me, growing up and mentally as a man, I know music for real is poison to the community. That's how that's just my.
I can't agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm elaborate.
Poison. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just even thinking about me growing up, how I could kind of tell how somebody is. I could kind of tell how the music they listen to, like how they carry. How it's like. I even had to tell my girl that I'm just now really learning how to treat a woman. I learned from rap music, streets, movies, stuff like that. So bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Right.
MOB. I don't need y'all bitches. Y'all bitches need me. Shout out to Trees. Like, no, but I'm just saying, like, it's like that's the culture. It ain't slick. It wasn't slick to me, holding hands in the mall and all. It's like, what the fuck I'm doing that? Look like a clown, feel like a clown, like a coon. You know what I'm saying? All this type of stuff is because the stigma and what hip hop music done to me. So me just being a little more conscious, I understand that. I do believe so. That
I can't say that.
You can't say that? Why not? Tell me why.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna break it down a little bit more. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, when you say music,
don't get me wrong, I battle with myself because I like music. Jay definitely. See, Jay raised me, but I also also Styles.
Me too.
And you know what I'm saying? I could listen to Styles and then put me in the element, because all of it is energy. You know what I'm saying? When you talk
music becomes poison when you get poisoned, when you already poisoned by the community. What I mean by that is that
tell me.
Artists are poets. It's 2 types of artists. It's the fake one and the real one. That's just life. So, but the real artists are poets of their experience. And when you are a poet of your experience, all you sound like, if Ewats drop a record and you explain, man, and you drop a record called Neighborhoods, and you just talk about everywhere you lived at. And you talk about everywhere you lived at, you put 4 bars in there, or how I was fucked up, or how I was shady, where you live at. You get what I'm saying? But you put this out, and it's just his pen going the way, you know what I'm saying? Versus like of a woman been raped before, and she's a singer, and she writes about this. She not saying I'm endorsing rape or no shit like that. I'm just sharing my experience with you. Now the liquor come and play. There's no liquor in this cup, but the liquor come and play. The marijuana come and play. Mommy smoking coke. daddy's shooting coat, and then the only thing get you through is a song. We all been through that. So the song is being enhanced by everything that's going on. But that artist, I don't think set out to corrupt the community. It's just that as an artist, you're an artist. You deal with it. Even in podcasting, you just get to talk and you just telling my experience, and then a million people can relate to because the ghetto is similar worldwide. So when they say in Poison, no, that motherfucking rock and roll was hip hop never make me want to smoke coke and shoot dope. If anything, hip hop kept me away from the shit. You know what I'm saying? But that motherfucking rock and roll,
yeah, rock and roll probably is. See, I can't speak on it, but I could understand that rock and roll probably is equivalent to hip hop. But I just say the art of hip hop. When you think about 1979, when the first album dropped, and then you think about NWA, Straight Outta Compton, and Bitches Ain't Shit. The Bitches Ain't Shit came from, when they was dug and hoes, came from a life of niggas, not like you said, not being know how to treat a woman. So now these lyrics come out as bitches ain't shit because with the women they shown, fuck 10 niggas in the club. So if you a person sitting back, just say you just a regular person and you a poet, and you ain't even fucking all this shit, you write that down. Because this is what you saying with your own eyes. That don't mean my mother something. Your mother something. Niggas mother something. I don't give a fuck how much coke or whatever she did. My mother something to me. You get what I'm saying? But to a person with a pen, I can get, if I got in my pen, I'm going to tell you some fucked up shit my mother did to me. So I don't think that the hip hop has the bad influence on the community. I think everything that comes with the hip hop, everything that comes outside of the hip hop mix, once you get the hip hop, it's like you go off, bro. Because a hip hop song never made me want to go out here and kill 10 people. If anything, I'm getting pumped up and want to hustle and get some money. If anything, I want that flashy cars. Now in 2022, like you said, when you switching, you said the drill shit. They got to be. I don't understand that pissing on a nigga grave shit. I'm from Baltimore. That's gonna get your grandmother hit. And right, you from East Baltimore. Yeah. You say you shit on my dead home. We know y'all niggas did that, so it's the get back. We gonna go to war. But nigga, I dare you go his grave and piss on it. I fucking dare you. Yeah, but see, that's the culture. That's why I was saying it went from more so hip hop to reality music. Like it's almost like the dude can't rap about other people's experiences and all that if he ain't do it now. Like it's not respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a Nas of this era, he not really respected like that. It's like, Nas exactly. So I think it is more, it's so influential to the black community. It got all the influence. Hip hop run everything. Hip hop run the clothes, the clothing, the style, the pants hanging off the ass. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit that I'm trying to even, on man time to really help little dudes like Shorty. Presentation is everything. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even like some little dudes that done got caught down bad, try to run, but his pants was always down, nigga burnt them up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, or his pants was super duper tight and still sagging down. You know what I'm saying? You can't even run and get away. Just a lot of different little stuff that I think, however, I struggle with because I love music. Yeah. I love music. I listen to music. I'm bumping that Gotti. So people like Gotti and Jay and them, they and Meek Mill now, if you can listen to championships or whatever, they understand what hip hop does to the community. 35 and older is. But yeah,
them 19 and 17-year-old niggas really, Uncle J Cool, bro. Like he ain't on no shit with dirt. I ain't trying to hear him. So I agree with you on that sense. I will say that the last I will double back and say, yeah, that Chicago music, that Chicago.
It ain't just Chicago no more. It ain't Chicago.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, them Florida.
They the two places.
Yeah, but everywhere following up. Everywhere. One thing about hip hop, that's just like Eazy-E and them. They did gangster rap. I think Eazy-E and them did gangster rap first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be an origin for something. Right. Next thing you know, maybe Scarface and them down south doing Houston down. The ghetto boys might start doing gangster rap. Then it might come up New York, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about gangster rap. I'm just saying it's going to start somewhere, of course, but it's going to catch like wildfire. That's the same way how now. You know how many little dudes right now think they Pooh Shiesty? And Pooh Shiesty right now, I don't know how true because I never speak on nobody telling or nothing without no information. I'm old school without no paperwork. But yeah, I seen this say something about he telling on two people. You know what I'm saying? That's that new generation shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's 1,000 people
making a living.
Trying to live up to Pooh Shiesty. It's 1,000 motherfuckers, You know they got this Pooh Shiesty scarves and all.
Pooh
like,
Shiesty is my
you know what I'm
dog.
saying? You know,
Pooh,
it's-
you know I'm really shiesty.
yeah. But Shorty, you know what I'm saying?
And he in a
pro-
can, by the way.
Yeah. But these are the guys that's influencing. They are very influential. You think people signing them because they them? No, they signing them because of the influence they got and the money they can make off of their influence. So that's just what it is.
Ain't like you say, man, ain't enough men in the house no more. Because at a certain age, I don't know if I had some older niggas that slap the shit out of me. I'm talking about false uncles and big cousins that slap the shit out you.
Yeah.
Nowadays, man, like, it's our kids.
You slap your little cousin, he might come back and burn your ass up.
Burn you up.
Straight like that. Like it ain't even.
No, my
it ain't-
little cousin. I'm gonna whoop his ass. I wish the fuck he would, you bitch.
No, I'm
You's a whole boy.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm
Right,
not
in
saying
general.
you.
I know what you saying.
I'm just talking in general.
Yeah.
That's what goes on.
Ain't no respect
Like you be
out
like,
here no
damn.
more, man.
Like
Ain't
I'm
no
telling
respect. Ain't no respect for life. Ain't no respect for nothing. And where they learn this shit from? Cause I just don't want to blame it all on music.
No, I ain't blaming everything on music. I just told you that I think it
Yeah,
plays a part of
it plays
poison
a part.
in the community.
Globally,
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Yeah, it do. It really do because it's you got to realize it's frequency. You know, we got energy in us. It's frequencies or these certain songs, it's frequencies and certain instruments that even use making the songs. You get what I'm saying? Some songs like make you. It's kind of like if you know or not, they used to play before wars and stuff. They play like Star Spangled Banner. Like they play this stuff to amp you up already. You be amped up, ready to go die for your country.
Right.
It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I will die for this block. I will, what's the name? Till you catch 100 years and then not a nan nigga from the block sent you a motherfucking, they don't do green dots no more, so I ain't gonna say a green dot. Now the nan motherfucker send a money order, because that's still
It's a
universal.
cash app.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, if a
So-
nigga ain't getting at you now, he just ain't trying to get at you. You can do it off your phone now.
Yeah,
Send
but
money.
that's what go on, and you be 5 years in on a nice lengthy sentence to realize the real how shit really is. Life goes on, nobody really thinking about you like that.
Plus some little
You know
niggas
what I'm
on drugs. I think, bro, the Percocets, like I said, with the music having its part, but it's the drugs, bro, and it's the mothers, right? Because the kids out here is fucked up, or the kids of 45 age. They the kids out here, 22, 23 years old, your homeboy, your homegirl. They the kids, bro. And that came from, they forgot how we was raised. Like, nah, don't let them do that. Or, when I was a little nigga, I was bad as shit. So, my father had to almost take me everywhere. He couldn't go party. So, I got dropped off a lot. But, man, I wasn't allowed to sit around at the table where everybody was smoking and drinking.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what's going on, because I remember now when I see the homegirl's son, I be like, damn, yo, that's your mother. I remember what the fuck we was doing when she ain't know no better. When we was 20, man, we get fucked up all in the crib. My little man, all he knew was ice cream in the corner store. Now, 20 years, he's a fucking problem. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like my idiotic thinking had influence on our community, bro. Like a lot of us older dudes, the blind led the blind for so long. Cause like I say, my father and them start selling dope. They ain't know nothing. They wanted what they want. Then it passed down to his kids and it trickled down. But it seemed like when it trickled down, it got worse because we was out the era say no to drugs. If you hustle, don't smoke coke, but don't sniff no dope. That wasn't a thing, or everybody was gonna turn against you. Nowadays, niggas leaning like Kareem. I never thought I saw it.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think motherfuckers
Niggas
even
wouldn't get
the
high
further
when
be-
you was younger, bro.
No,
We ain't had no dope fiend homeboy that was really I love yo when he bipping.
No. The choice of drugs was different. I'm just saying, like, because I'm just thinking about, I do remember it being young, dope, like young. I wouldn't even say dope fiends because niggas ain't really even know they was,
They had fiendish ways, but they wasn't off the shit for real. They was bums.
Nah, I got some homeboys that was off the shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like
that shit
young,
from jail?
just in the community, yo. Like, they might have learned it in jail. You gotta realize it was slick to sniff a dope out of $100 bill.
Yeah, in the 80s.
And the
nigga.
bigger the
I
bill-
used to play like I was sniffing dope. 87,
see,
88.
that's what I'm saying.
By the time Snoop Dogg came out, that shit was played out.
Yeah.
I caught them niggas getting high.
Yeah.
I remember one time me and my cousin, we was playing and my motherfucking encores and slap the shit out of us because we seen older niggas doing it.
Yeah.
You feel? But I was 8, 9 years old by the time I was 12. I was the fuck. I already had in my mind because of songs like "Your Mama's on Crack Rock."
Yeah.
Now they really had a song called that.
Yeah,
You
I
get what
know.
I'm saying? And motherfucker, Eric B and Rakim, I let the rhythm hit him. the girl was smoking coke. It was like they was promoting coke back then, so I knew I ain't fucking with that shit. Cause I seen firsthand what it did. Your old mother, my man mother was fat as shit, got on that coke. What the fuck?
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
saw that
saw
shit.
that.
So that ain't these kids. Now our kids, you know what I mean? Like I said.
But this right here, what we see what's going on, everything, this is the residue of the crack era.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is what you call like the residue. This like the, this still is the effective. This what you see now is still the effects of the crack era, because a lot of young dudes that's around our age. I mean, that's around the ages that's doing a lot of stuff. The 22-year-olds, the 26 and 24 and all that. A lot of them.
Under.
Yeah, they don't feign and crack babies, like a lot of them, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they head skinny, they was born 4 pounds, certain stuff like that. And they ain't really had no leadership role, no leadership going on in their household. So I'm just thinking about me. All right, so me, for instance, I took care of myself so much, so young, that I felt like a man early on.
Yeah,
so it's like certain shit you can't even really tell me like that. I'm already a man. Like, even though I'm not a man, leave it. But I'm just talking about mentality. You think you're a man because you doing man shit in your book. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I buy my own tennis. I buy my own clothes. You know what I'm saying? I wake myself up for school or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you start feeling as though, like, you know what the fuck, like, you got all the sense.
And you ain't got
know
a
what I'm saying?
clue.
But you don't got a clue for real.
You don't got a clue.
Yeah, but we don't, like I say, all the leadership was taken out of the communities or
They
on
went
dope
to jail.
or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, or getting killed off. So a lot of us, we was fent to look up to our homeboys that was only 2 years older than us, and that's our big homie. You know what I'm saying? Or that's the dude that give us the advice. He really ain't experienced too much more than what you know what I'm saying? So it's blind leading the blind. Blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
That right there, that's the problem. Ain't nothing else but the blind leading the blind.
Put that in main time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the truth. That's what I always say. Like, yo, and that's why I was like, yo, a musician make it out, and then he shares his story. But I think the influence is coming more by, like, it's an illusion. Because even hustling, even the shit I used to see on the corner. I remember I grew up in the house with my grandmother. So every time she would ask you what kind of shoes you wanted, I picked all my shoes from. Always lived 3 houses from the corner. So I be listening to niggas say they grew up on the corner. Like, nah, my nigga, I really lived. All my residence is 3 houses away from that stop sign. So I picked when I went shopping. Hey, what Big Man got on today, or what Pete got on, or what Pluck, or what Kenny Perry. That's how I shop. Whatever they had on, that was the cool shit. Like, grandma, I want them shoes that them niggas got, because that I don't know nothing else, bro. We from the fucking ghetto. I don't know nothing about. We didn't know about Towson and Orange Mills until they made the light rail.
Yeah.
You feel me? I used to do the same shit. Hook school and drive to the last stop on Orange Mills to get off. I wouldn't dare get off and walk around it because it was an unfamiliar land.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then it was too many people out there. You bound to get locked up. They bound to chase you. You know, watch, you did some wild shit as a kid too. Like, you weren't going unfamiliar places. You knew you wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, like, a lot of dudes went to prison, man. And a lot of dudes is just telling these niggas what I say. What's wrong with these little niggas is niggas not telling them the reality of this. Nigga coming around with a $30,000 watch and they tell them, yo, it's $30,000 watch and get you a federal charge and ain't no parole in the feds and you going to West Bubblefuck. You lucky to get to Fort Dix and PA and you know, in the surrounding areas. Other than that, bro, nigga ain't telling you going to end up this way. Nigga didn't tell me that, yo, bro. Nigga told me, like, shorty, you going to prison and then you ain't gonna get out. All the prison stories I used to want to go to prison.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
They say, yo, my man had life and he gave it back.
Yo.
Nigga, I thought that was how you do it. I caught that 14 years. March, I'm down for 30 minutes. I'm down for 30 months. I called my grandmother like, yeah, it's about time we start getting lawyer and shit together. And and I went to court and I went to court, man, nigga, with 14 fresh years, and I had about 34 months and not even a whole 3 yet.
Yeah.
Man, the fucking judge accepted the modification. I'm walking up and down the jailhouse lawyers telling me, boy, if they tell you to come to court, boy, they gonna do something for you. They ain't gonna tell you to come to court and you ain't gonna do nothing for. I told you. So now I'm thinking, Uncle Nem's right. All you gotta do is have a team. get his shit back.
Yeah.
Man, I got in front of that motherfucking man. That man said respectfully decline.
Yeah.
Honest, lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you mean? Why did he bring me all the way to tell me this? That's the reality. That nigga ain't telling me that. So I'm like, yo, stop what you calling them gave it back, but they forgot to tell us he did 20 motherfucking years before he gave it back.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times you're going to do the amount of time or more than the offer. You know what I'm saying? Like, before you give it back.
He ain't tell me nigga got to be locked up for years to give it back. I thought you give it back when you tired of it.
That's why I think I like the federal system a little better than the state system. You know,
when you was in that life, you would rather go feds. You don't like the federal system.
Yeah,
it's all slave plantation.
Yeah. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I got
But
you.
the reason why I'm saying that is because of what you saying. Like, a dude from the state, like when they say right now, like, yo, just came home and got killed. I know 9 times out of 10 he was in the state somewhere.
Right.
The federal system kind of grow you up mentally. You're around other people from other different walks of life, other different. So you start respecting. You know how, like, when you're from Baltimore, sometimes you think like your neighborhood is the baddest neighborhood, the slickest, your niggas the slickest. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when you start moving around, you start realizing, wow, shit, this neighborhood, they go hard, or this, the more you move around. But the federal system, it helps. It don't matter if somebody got long hair, short hair, mustache, beard, light skin, dark skin. It don't matter. They will show you man character. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't really matter. Like, or they would show you like, damn, the nigga blow your head off with a jerry curl. You know what I'm saying? So you start looking at life a little bit different, you know, and you even down to like the literature you read and all that. Like, in the state, I seen it flooded with urban novels and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, in the federal system, people trying to get right to go back home, even if it's to be an even more sophisticated criminal.
Right. They
reading on how to become that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's just, I think, and then I'm alluding to what you saying. A lot of state dudes, when they come home, they just talk about they was shagging and dragging. Yo, we was up there. Yo, we had that shit on Smash.
Yo, remember, hit Joe in the head.
Yeah, like they glorified. Yeah, like it was, you know what I'm saying, sweet. But ain't nothing sweet about being all the way in Colorado, my nigga, or being all the way over Long Pop beefing with 1,000 Mexicans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And certain stuff. Like, so your bit ain't all that sweet, all that as sweet. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I like the systems a little bit, you know, different.
It teaches you something.
Yeah, it teaches you, you know how to.
You ain't not. You could conquer the situation for years, but you know my understanding with that situation from meeting a lot of men that took that detour with the feds is that, bro, if you ain't never been a man, you gonna learn how to be a man in that federal that BOP. Cause the shit that you think flying ain't flying.
It ain't flying. You ain't even really well, I ain't gonna say that because it's levels to that shit too. Of course, you got USPs, you got mediums, you got lows, you got camps. So it's certain shit that will fly inside of a low or a camp that won't fly on USP.
Right.
Like your nigga rooting the line and all that, cause his homeboy right there, he trying to walk up to the line and automatically get in the line. Like certain stuff, they ain't really. It's more respect thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the lower level.
That's how it is in North Branch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? North Branch is equivalent to the USP because they know you'll die there. I guess the USP is where they put niggas that ain't going nowhere for a while. Yeah. So it's a blood area. So tell me a little bit, E. Watts. How did you start your first business?
So my first business actually was a car business. I was selling cars. I had got my dealer license, matter of fact, when I was like 18, 19. I was selling cars. I made a post, like, I was one of the first young dudes selling cars in Baltimore. Meaning, when I used to go to the auctions, it was only like me, my homeboy Joe, and probably maybe not even a whole handful of other young black men selling cars. And my homeboy Joe, he was going out to auction first. We was hooking up with AJ. You know, since you say Ricetown, Virginia, we was used to pay AJ $100 a car. You know what I'm saying, and come back and sell them. And I was still in high school. In 12th grade, I was still like 12th grade selling cars, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't wait till I was trying to get my own dealer license, you know, because I got tired of paying AJ $100 every car. So make a long story short, I used to take my outside money. Every end of the week, I used to go to the auctions on Tuesdays, which was like B-Way. Used to go out there, out Jessup, you know, and get the cars, bring them back in town, sell them. I knew, I had a gift of selling anything because I know so many people. Like I said, you see all the schools I named, I went to. I lived in different neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even named all the neighborhoods I lived in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lived up northeast Baltimore. I lived on Baker Street. I moved around so much, and everywhere I went, I was kind of popular. So it was easy for me to sell stuff. So me selling cars, even like I got some homeboys, Lord Kim, Lord C, all them from like Ricetown and Almond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I sold all them T-Birds. Like all them T-Birds they used to buy.
Yeah, I remember they had them joints.
I was selling all them that, you know what I'm saying? I was still young myself. So that's business-wise. I always wanted to do better than the streets. I ain't never see myself as just a drug dealer. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see myself as a hustler. Like, shit, I'm a hustler. I'm going to take this money and do this. And I always want to really kind of do something legit. So that's basically was my first business was Watson Auto Sales. You know what I'm saying? I had dealer license. Back when, when people couldn't even really, Maryland's was hard to get. He probably still is. But
Indiana, shit like that.
Yeah.
Kentucky. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so that was the first business I did, car selling.
The next one?
So I dived into the real estate. You know what I'm saying? I started buying little houses that I could fix up, rent up. Some of them I never even did nothing with. I just bought them, held them, and I sold them. Stuff like that. I still bought my first house when I was 19. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I took some car money. You know what I'm saying? Car money probably mixed with, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to do something different. I went to real estate school. I went to Century 21, American Patriot.
Hey, this motherfucker going crazy.
Yeah.
Shorty.
Yeah, I did a lot of shit I did a lot of shit that I don't even really like talk about or like brag about.
This the show for it.
This what I did. I did a lot of stuff. So that's why I feel as though podcasting, this why I qualify, because I can speak on a lot of different things. Like I'm versatile. I can sit right there and talk about stocks because that's what I do now. That's like my main source of income. You know what I'm saying? I trade. I'm an options trader. You know what I'm saying? I don't really even put that on my page and all that, my gains and all that. Because last time I did, I had a lot of relatives starting to bag and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. So I started buying houses. I went to real estate school. I didn't get my license though. I really just wanted to be close to a broker. Yeah. So I ain't even take the test or nothing. Like, man, fuck that shit. I really didn't want to be like no realtor, dress up in no suit or nothing like that. I just wanted to, get close to a broker. And shout out to my grandfather. So I ain't going to just say I ain't had no type of influence in my life. My grandfather, he may have got high. You might know my grandfather because my family is from Chelsea Terrace. My cousin Inky, her, all them. Hey,
Watts, it's me. I grew up in Mama house. Okay. Come on, man.
Yeah, you already know. So that's my grandfather, Arthur. So he used to do all the work in Mama house. It seemed like he do work is like something still need to be done inside Mama's. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my grandfather, he was into buying houses. And when I was young, I'd probably go with him and he'd collect rent and all that. And I'd be like, damn, that was slick. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. So my grandfather kind of like made me want to indulge in houses and stuff. So I can't even say that I ain't had no type of male positive influences, even though my grandfather, he started getting high. Well, he started getting back high, but when he got himself together, he was, had his houses and stuff like that. Matter of fact, my mother was even living in one of his houses on Longwood in Catherine, matter of fact. So that made me want to mess with the houses, but I used to get in and out of trouble.
What was his name?
Arthur.
Yeah. You said Arthur, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my grandfather used to do it too. His name was Roosevelt, but I wanted to come. I remember I was about 17. My grandfather asked me, did I want a house or did I want a car? And nigga, I want the car, nigga. I got a house.
See, cars wasn't really nothing for real. Like, I had like a Legend coupe at 15.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like cars like, I had a GS at 2000, in 01. You know what I'm saying? So I had, you know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit,
I had all that shit. 18, 19,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 20.
You had fun already.
Box bulletproof Benzes and all that. I was doing that stuff young, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff don't even impress me now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff. I like to see when dudes shining though, like get your shine on. But me, I study financial literacy. Like I study these type of things to even educate the youth about this stuff. So me even being inside the strip clubs and stuff, I don't not like strip clubs or whatever, but it make me feel some type of way just throwing my money, just making it rain. or whatever, because I just look at it like, damn, what's my return on investment? Like, my money, I'm just throwing money away. You know what I'm saying? Even though it probably don't be nothing, 500, I could probably make that in 5 seconds in the market. But at the same time, it's just for me to just throw it and blow it like that. And it's like I'd rather lose my money gambling. That's one of my struggles that I only had two addictions in my life. 2 addictions. I ain't never get high, but I only had 2 addictions. Oh, gambling and jerking off. These was the only addictions that a nigga had. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I'm a real nigga.
Yeah,
so,
kid, honey, I'm a fucking guy, man.
Yeah, so you already
You got damn right. Yes.
So they the only addiction, but gambling really had me, you know, in the L, you know what I'm saying, forever. Cause you know I've been shooting dice. I used to go to school just to shoot dice.
Yeah, me too.
All day we just shoot dice, shoot dice,
got to win
shoot
for
dice.
anymore.
Yeah, I mean, so that been kind of like one of my downfalls in life, you know. So I lost a lot of money, but back to like I even feel better about gambling. At least in my brain, I feel like you trying to make money, make you more money. So that'll sit right with me. Then you just send in the strip club and throw a band.
Right.
Come on, yo, you got too many homeboys in the joint, my nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think. That's how I take stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really. It's like I ain't really big on the strip clubs and investing wise I could speak to, you know, far as anybody that, you know, investors, and I could do a lot on my podcast.
You heard of my the guy I was thumbing through about 2-3 years ago. I was thumbing through I was up studying one night, and there's a guy called Curl, Wall Street guy that taught himself how to do shit from the joint.
Yeah.
Did he ever come home? I didn't look up.
No, I don't know if Curl came home. I know Wall Street Trap was dope. But I don't know if Curl came. I think he did.
Yeah, he
home.
was locked up since he was 17 and
he
got rich in the joint.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And the joint
people
got rich, Curl.
Yeah, people used to give him money to trade for him, Curl.
In the
you
joint,
know, any of them black dudes that really like came from the same, like they learned, like I learned stocks and stuff in jail. You know what I'm saying? I already was naturally a gambler, so I don't mind taking risks. You know what I'm saying? But I stole Curls, you know what I'm saying, trappers and all them type of guys. They inspirational, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang. Because we got it's a lot of masterminds in the joint.
The Wall Street something, but he did it from jail. And I watched a Sway interview. It was pretty long, and he was saying, man, like, you know, he never had a woman, why he went to jail, how he did it, how he studied it, and how he came up. And he was like, you know, the difference is it was kind of cool to me, because he's like, difference is I'm going home with something. And then I got a girl, like, that you got a 50-year sentence and you found a way to do something to make money in the joint was just, I applaud it. And I gave him his props. How you get into the trucking game, though?
All right, so trucking. So when I came home from my first fed bit, when I got to the halfway house, my brother Slug, he was already going to Allstate. So he like, yo, you might as well go to Allstate. I ain't had no thinking about fucking with no trucks. I'm thinking about me probably getting some cars or doing something. I really ain't even had no real legit plan even that time. That's why I know I was destined to fail again. So I like, shit, I could get some skate time. I'll go down that motherfucker. So
right.
I signed up for Allstate because I had 6 month halfway house. So I say, shit, that's the same time halfway house I got for school. Because school was 6 months. So I wind up, going to Allstate, getting my CDLs. Got my CDLs. My mindset was I was going to go ahead and start hauling cars. I was going to get a car hauler, and because I already know a lot of dealers and stuff like that. So I got my CDLs. I wound up getting a job with the city in a trash truck. And I did wind up, I bought a dually pickup with a 3-car hauler. So make a long story short, I got my business up and running, the transport business, the car transport business. I had hauled the load for Lulu, matter of fact. I hauled the car, he had the right
blueprint.
Yeah, blueprint. I had a load for Lulu, and when I went to go load up the cars, I was trying to strap the stuff from the bottom, and some oil got on me. You know what I'm saying? It was hot as shit outside, oil got on me. I said, man, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I gave up a little bit. Matter of fact, I sold that truck to Lulu. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got into trucking, but it was short-lived. I'm like, man, I ain't doing this shit, man. It's hot. This little bit ass money, $55 per car, coming all the way from Bel Air, going all the way down there. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. I kind of got discouraged, but I normally don't quit. So make a long story short, I was, in a trash truck. I'm like, man, I need to get me a tractor. I need to fuck with the tractors and shit like that. So I wound up going back to jail. Now I told you the story
Yeah,
from the
you got
beginning.
the
I wound
second
up going,
file.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wound up going back to jail.
Mhm.
So when I was in jail this time, I had lost everything. I ain't even have a regular driver license because I used to shoot up Delaware Park. They ain't had no casinos down here, but Delaware Park did. I learned that when I came home.
Mhm.
Delaware Park they got tables and all that.
Mhm.
So I used to shoot up there. So I got a speeding ticket going up Delaware Park before. Matter of fact, I got 2 speeding tickets. So when I got fast forward time, I got locked up. I went over Supermax. I had got some mail to join to go to driving improvement. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I can't go to driving improvement. I'm locked up now. So when I wound up losing everything. I ain't had no. When I came home, I had to take a regular driving permit
Yeah,
to a regular
yeah.
driver
Yeah.
license,
And then get
then
your
a
C.
CDL permit, and then I gave Allstate $700 to I gave Allstate $700
to let you take the test.
to give me a refresher course. That's what
Mhm.
it's called, a refresher course. Then he test me out. Then I was good from there. So while I was in a halfway house, you know, I was already plotting on me getting my trucking business because I already had my plan this time. This time I wasn't playing. I said when I go home, I'm fucking with the trucks. I'm going full blast. I'm gonna go in and get all my shit in order. And then while I was in the halfway house, I had the time to put all that in place, like far as get my license back,
Mhm.
go to school, you know, all that type of stuff. So that's how I did that. I got into trucking. What happened was, so I came home with $0. I had one homeboy to give me $500. That's it. I had one, and really, he owed me $500. He really owed me way more than that. You know what I'm saying? Before I left. Anyway, I got one homeboy to give me $500. So nobody give me nothing. What happened was my girl she was with Navy Federal, so she got me signed up with Navy Federal, but I didn't apply for nothing because I knew how to build up my credit. So I got me a Merc, you know, Merc.com got you could get a prepaid, not a prepaid,
Secure.
a secure credit card.
Mhm.
So I $200 limit. I
Mhm.
knew I needed a couple different things.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying, on my credit, you know, to boost me up, as well as somebody else credit to get on, you know what I'm saying, a ride. So I got on my girl credit as a rider, and I got my secure credit card. I paid on that a couple times. I never went over 30%, you know, and then I used to, you know, just get a little gas and I pay on it. My score went up. I then applied for a credit card with Navy. They gave me a $10,000 limit.
The first time around.
Yeah, first time around, I got a $10,000 limit. And then I was saving. I started working. I'm sorry, I skipped. So when I was in halfway house too, I was working. They was like, when I get my CDLs back, I could drive the box truck or the tractor. So I was working for this box company called Columbia Container.
Mm-hmm.
It was right, you know, it was right. It was everything was in a good vicinity from the halfway house. That was on Erdman Avenue by Sinclair. And then I was living in the colorful homes, the old Freedom Way. So everything was easy for me, my transition and just coming back home anyway. So make a long story short, I was working for the box company, but I was saving my checks. I said, I'm gonna save my checks. So I bought my first truck for $13,500, which was a car hauler.
Mhm.
I cashed that. I 100%. I don't think they don't let you do this no more. They don't let you do 100% cash advance no more. 100% cash advance, 10,000. Put 30, cash them checks, because I used to save the checks, and I might cash one and help pay some bills, you know, at the house, even though I wasn't even all the way home yet, and because I had to get a halfway house, they little money, you know. Even I told the halfway house I was making minimum wage, but I was making like $17 an hour. But I used to make my own stubs, like I only make minimum wage, so I only had to get them like $70, you know, out my check. But make a long story short, I saved my checks, cash at 100% cash advance. The 10,000 got me a truck. Went up Philly, got it off of eBay. Went up Philly, grabbed me a truck. It was a 4-car hauler, and I ain't looked back. That was my start.
No. You got that right.
Yo.
Yes.
So what we gonna do, man? How we gonna link the podcasts, man? To get, cause one thing about it, man, us black men gotta teach each other, man, especially in a positive aspect, man. I like your outlook on life, man, and just man to man. I'm proud of you, because a lot of us coming where we coming from, and they don't expect us to make it, bro. They expect us to be in one of them USPs with 20 years and coming home in your 50s.
Yeah,
But you know what I'm saying? I watch it. I watch your lives a couple times, and I like, yo, Watts positive as fuck. And then I also, you know, cause I, you know, out there with your family, so
yeah.
I also heard him say, man, because he Watts said, if I get my license, he got me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Inky told me the same thing. Harold told me the same thing. I don't know what happened, but you know what I'm saying? Just me knowing that, the man giving out opportunities too. Because most people get it and get that house that's a $500,000 house and get a couple hundred bands and forget about where they come from. I got a homeboy like that now. Just straight forget, don't come in the neighborhood, don't want to do nothing for the Rex or nothing. Just, he cool with that. It's to each his own. Everybody don't love where they from. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, man, run away from this bitch and never come back. You understand what I'm saying? So I respect what you're doing, man, and I think, it got a bright future to it. The podcast is like the new way. You get what I'm saying? The new way for dudes like us to speak, and we ain't rapping, singing, or dancing. We just bringing the message in. I'm glad that you came out. My 149th episode, and I want to apologize to everybody.
Appreciate you for having me out.
I was so gone in the podcasting game, and we be so hit. On my last episode, I kept saying 147, and it was 148. I gotta blame Kenny and Lee and these motherfucking producers and shit for not telling me, bro, because I ain't think we getting that far on, man. But hey, we ready to get 150, man, this week coming up, man. So just lock and load with us. And Watts, tell them where they can find your podcast and you at again.
All right, so you can follow me _E Watts. You could Google E Watts, but you can follow me on IG _E Watts. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Watts Report.
Subscribe, The Watts Report.
Subscribe. You already know. I'm coming with raw, unadulterated material content. So you going, pick up on something, learn something on my podcast. I got, guys on there that did a asshole for the time that really ain't need deserve the time. People that got railroaded. I got all type of, guests coming on and has been on my show, as well as, people teaching you how to do real estate, a couple different artists. I really ain't too big on bringing all the artists, even though I do feel like rap music is kind of poisonous, but I'd rather dudes to be doing rap music than to be doing out here doing any other type of destruction. You know what I'm saying? I think it's levels, to your madness. You know what I'm saying? Man, and that's the way out. Then take that way out. You know what I'm saying? It's still it's positive. Should I say? It's poisonous, but it's not. How could I really say it? Because I don't even want to say that it's just better than the streets. You know what I'm saying? You get a better outcome. Yeah, man, hey. It's been a pleasure, man. You even having me on here. Man. You know what I'm saying?
It's this your home, man. Like I get. It's like the block, man. Put me on I'm gonna put you on the plug. You put me on the plug, man. That's just how I think, bro. Like I fuck with all the podcasts in the city. I might not be the biggest watcher of a nigga shit, but if I can do anything with the little bit I got, I'm gonna do that, bro. Cause I'm just a do right. That. I just, you know what I mean? Like certain shit just in us, bro. Like it's like seeing your man come on the team. I'm gonna give him a bag of food. Like if I know a nigga, I'm gonna hit you, bro. Like you good, and that's how I am, bro. And I be wanting more people to be like that. So the few of us that's like that, we just gotta stick together, man, and make it happen.
Yeah, see, that's what it is all about. Each one teach one, because we showing them how to move. You know what I'm saying? It's some people that got, like I was telling my homeboy earlier, it's some people that's really like, they never was really showed how to be a friend. They never was really showed how you carry it. We just automatically expect them to carry it how we would carry it, but we didn't even really properly show them. So if we move as a unit, because I believe unity, all that, I think we get further by moving like that. So if we move like collectively and show this is how you move, how we got these results is because we stuck together. That's me even speaking on Baltimore music, the music scene. I like the way it's going for us, dudes sticking together, you know what I'm saying? They doing these songs together and all that. That's the only way to really get to get everybody on, to get the rest of the world on board. We got to get on board. You got to get home base on board. You know what I'm saying?
I just said that at that show I was at yesterday. If you want this shit to work, everybody got to share everybody's shit. Like your passing message don't cost you nothing. I'd rather share and post a nigga shit than to be giving nigga money out my pocket. If I got 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers, I'ma post your shit because I hope 100,000. I hope all 1 million of them go over that motherfucking fuck with you. Cause it's just like, yo, all right, yo, I sent you sales. You know what I mean? That's how I look. I sent you the sales, my nigga. If you ain't selling the shit, that's on you, bro. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with you.
I never looked at somebody like they can be in my way. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. Everybody, people gonna have their own distinctness anyway. You get what I'm saying? So I could have red tops and I could let you on my block with red tops, but I feel as though I got so much confidence in me that they gonna come to me anyway. Now we want his red tops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind. Like, I don't feel like nobody could ever get in my way. So I never ever. I don't even know what it's like to hate. I don't even know what it's like to be jealous of what somebody else got. You know what I'm saying? Only jealousy I probably ever felt was, you know, say like somebody might do something for your girl, you be like, man, you could have asked me to do that. I would've did it. You know what I'm saying? But jealousy for what somebody got, I don't even know what that feel like.
That's it.
I don't know what that. I don't even know what that
That's
feel
it.
like. I be happy when motherfuckers doing their thing. Yeah,
Nigga,
man.
I done been down and happy for a nigga because, like I said, I really, even though, life wasn't the worst, my grandmother made a way for a nigga, so I just coming up, just having shit, bro. Like, I don't really know. I remember getting 15 outfits for school and 8 pairs of shoes. My man couldn't fit my shoes, but I let him wear all the outfits for me because I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Even to this day, bro, I be telling niggas, even with the shit, bro, I don't, niggas like, yo, bro, you been grinding on the podcast, bro. You should pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
My nigga, Joe Rogan just got $100 million. So fuck is you? I'm quite sure I pat myself on the back then.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Ain't no pat on the back. The grind ain't over, bro. Like, what the fuck you mean pat yourself on the back for what?
Yeah.
Don't fuck up my mind frame with patting me on no motherfucking back.
Yeah.
When that boy just got $100 million and you know what I'm saying? These podcasts is running circles around me all day. I watch this shit. Don't pat me on the back. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Hit the notification button. Like the shit. Do that, bro. Don't tell me to be boosted up and have my ego out the roof, because that's ain't what we talking about. Only thing that's boosting the ego is an 800 credit score and a couple million.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what the next person's dream is and what your plan is, but mine, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like how you said, yo, that shit don't mean nothing to me, cuz I be telling niggas sneakers, man, I give you the sneakers off my feet because I don't give a fuck about them, bro. I just telling my girl, I plan to wear slippers when I get rich. I plan to never put shoes on again. You feel me? I'm on some shit like that. I plan to never drive and put shoes on again. I don't wear them. What you talking about? What Nike? What? I don't wear them. I don't wear them.
Now that's dope for real. That's,
Yeah,
that's a
I
life.
don't wear
That's a
'em.
life to live.
Yeah,
right there.
I don't wear them no more. I've been on them too long.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I wearing shoes for? For what? I ain't coming out my house too much. You know what I mean? The podcast gonna be broadcast from the basement.
Yeah.
And if a nigga try me, you seen what Wack just did on the video. When you try and think you gonna come up in here, there'll be some big holes in that door for you to get in. Cause it's gonna be hard for you to get in the door. And the dog's gonna be barking. So I'm nervous. I'm 300 pounds wide. I'm 40 years old. What the fuck I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
But shoot out the door with the illegal firearm and then deal with it in court. You get what I'm saying?
Already.
That's it, man. But once again, man, I appreciate you for coming out here, man. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, share this shit, man. Hey, man, it was a lot of positive shit going on in the day, man. Each one, teach one. And the name of this episode is Man Time, because we was on some Man Time shit.
Already.
No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Raw Dope Podcast.